Hey YouTube, this is Gracie and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'll be showing you how to make a Disneybounding Joy card from the movie Inside Out. And if you're unfamiliar with that movie, it's about a little girl named Riley and all of her emotions of joy, anger, sadness, disgust, and fear. And funny enough, I did make this card to represent the character Joy, but my favorite character in the movie is Sadness. She's just so cute. And I also really like Bing Bong, her imaginary friend, or Riley's imaginary friend. If you don't know who Bing Bong is, you really gotta watch this movie. It's so cute. It makes you feel good, it makes you happy, it makes you feel all those emotions, just like, you know, the ones I just listed. So let me go ahead and get started by telling you my inspiration behind the card. Joy wears this really cute yellow neon green-esque dress that has these really cool blue sunburst type shapes on her dress, and that's where this whole inspiration behind the card came from, was this embossing folder right here, the Sizzix embossing folder. It's almost identical to the design on her dress. So that's where I started. I also did a little light blue vellum sphere behind the sentiment because it's just like the emotion spheres that are in the movie. And then the background paper here, I used 3D stamp paint, and that's almost exactly the same color and glitteriness of Joy's hair. And then on the inside, I put another blue sphere and wrote, "Enjoy your special day," which I thought was pretty clever because I put in there, enjoy. Get it? Ha ha ha. Okay, anyway. On the very back side, I stamped my G in this Brilliance Dewdrop. What color is this? Pearlescent Sky Blue. And then I put these little, I don't know what you want to call these guys. Let's see. Actually, this is the sticker collection. They're just Bling stickers from Recollections. And I just put a little collection of them there of all the different colored emotion spheres that are in the movie. And yeah, I also did these little tiny dots that are on the die cut. I used these letter die cuts from Spellbinders, Shapeabilities, and they are, let's see what the name of them are. Oh, Victorian letters. So there you go. You can see those there. On the design on them, they have these little dots, so I thought that would be perfect to put in some more of the colors of the emotions. So yeah, there you have it. Let me go ahead and show you how I made that. But before I do that, let me go ahead and also show you the stamp set that I used for the inside. This is from BoBunny, and I use the Enjoy Your Special Day stamp right here. So there you go. Also, you may be going, what is that big giant purple card over there for? Well, if you guys would like me to, I can show you more details on how I created this card. This is more of a Inside Out inspired card, and it's basically Riley's, whole memory wall is what the inspiration behind it was. And it's all the different colored emotional spheres, all the memories that she has of anger and joy and sadness, etc. And then I also put in the little flower type little spin wheels that are on the wall as well. And I just basically used brads, and then I pop dotted just some strips there and inked that with some Distress Oxide. Let's see here, this one here, Faded Jeans. And yeah, so if you guys want a more detailed video of that, I can definitely do that. Just let me know in the comment section down below. Let's put those aside and show you how to make this card here. So you want to start off by taking a cardstock piece and cutting it down to your card size. So I did 5.5 by 4. And let's go ahead and flip that over and show you how I put the 3D stamp paint on there. So this stuff is just really goopy and kind of like paste. Let's see, I had part of it up here. Here we go. And that's why my fingers are all blue, because this stuff gets everywhere. So that's basically what it looks like. And you're just going to take what I did, actually. I took a Q-tip and I just kind of gobbed that on just around the border, so that way once you get your second layer on top of it, you'll see just the edges. So we'll go ahead and close that up. I highly stress to be extra careful with this because it's very messy. After you do that, you're going to let that sit and dry just for a couple minutes, especially if you do like a thin layer. It dries pretty quickly, which is nice. You're going to want to cut down your next piece of cardstock, which I did more of like a neon yellowy green color. And then I ran that through my embossing folder, and that's just about 1/8 of an inch smaller than the previous cut piece. And I'll go ahead and put those in the description box, all the measurements. And I ran that through this embossing folder, the Sizzix. And then let's go ahead and move that aside. I took my Pearlescent Sky Blue little dewdrop ink, and instead of going over it just with the ink pad, because it got kind of messy, so you want to make sure to be a little bit more precise, or at least I wanted to do that. So you'll just go ahead and dab a Q-tip onto the ink pad itself, and then you're going to just kind of swirl it onto, let me go ahead and do that on the table there. Swirl that onto the raised edges that the embossing folder creates. And you'll want to be extra careful, like right now I'm doing it kind of quickly, so I'm getting a little bit outside the lines. But you'll just kind of brush that over those edges and ink them, so that way you get your design without being too messy. So let's go ahead and put that aside. This doesn't take long to dry. It is a little bit chalky, so you'll want to make sure you do leave it to dry just maybe like 30 seconds to a minute. That should do it. And then you'll just go ahead and tape or glue these together. I'm going to actually use some liquid glue because of the embossed parts. You want to make sure that the glue gets inside all those nooks and crannies. And I'm just using my Tombow liquid glue, like I always do. And let's go ahead and flip that over and put that onto the other piece. And just press firmly for a few seconds. Because the previous piece of cardstock is a little bit warped from drying, you'll want to press extra hard on this. You can put something heavy on it, like a stamp clear block if you'd like. That way it adds even pressure to it. You can set that aside to dry. The next thing I did was took my ginormous circle punch, and this is 2.8 inches, and I used my light blue vellum, which is this stuff here. You can hear how thin it is and how awesome it is. This is actually, again, from Recollections. Not too many things are not from Recollections in my collection. There you go, and that's just a 12 by 12 sheet, and I just cut out the little punch, took this backing off, and then took the piece out. So this is what you end up with right here. And I then took some really thick white cardstock and punched out all of my letters, again from the Spellbinders collection here. And this is basically what I came out to look like right here. I ended up doing my Tacky Dot Singles on the backs of the letters and then just put them onto the circle vellum there. And then what you're going to want to do after that is take some, I ended up taking my Scotch Advanced Tape Glider and just did one strip down the middle here. That way it doesn't really show. Let's put a little bit more there. There we go. Doesn't show through because, you know, vellum is see-through, but at least it tacks it to the backing. So just go ahead and place that there. And to get these little colors, just take some markers, some little, you can do some stickles on there if you want, but I just took markers and colored them in, just little dots. And then you'll attach this to your card with some liquid glue once again. And that's it. That's all it calls for. Once you do the inside, you'll just put in another piece of circle vellum and stamp on top of it. And I also used my Scotch Advanced Tape Glider to put that down on the inside of the card as well. So there you have it. I hope you guys liked this video, nice and short for you. And if you did, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, and I'll see you next time. Have a great day. Bye.